think it's about time we shared some of the females that I've got. I seem to spend a lot of my time focusing on the males that I've got in the collection. And this tank is where I generally only ever have females in here. We had the unfortunate situation this week where we lost one of the fairly nice females that I'd had for quite some time. Her sister's still in here, and there's only her and two new ones that I've brought in from a breeder in Birmingham this week that I posted a video about actually last week. So let's have a look at each of the fish that we've got in here. We've got some sturbies in here, so I generally keep a few cories in every tank. Only the little ones. They don't really do. They don't take up too much room. They're not intrusive. I've never caught them eating fry, and I quite like them. So they tend to, keep a bit of the debris down. I'm sure they make as much waste as they consume, but I like them, so they're in the tank. So let's work through each of the females. So the ones that we can see at the moment are, we've got this strange looking lady here, and she came in from the breeder in Birmingham, and I really liked her, although I do question whether she's full black Moscow. She's got almost like an orange tint on the end of the tail, and I don't know if that is, I just don't know whether there's just something else crossed in there and it's manifesting in her. But what I liked about her, as I said on the video when I picked her up, is that she's big, she's healthy obviously, and pre-hit with a Moscow male. She's a bit pinkish as well, which is a bit strange, so pinky red. So I just don't know whether I want her to be a success, but I'm gonna just wait and see, and I'll reserve judgment for a couple of generations down. So I'll probably take her fry and mate them together just to see what happens and to see if we've got anything in there that I can use. But I do like her. Depending on what male she was mated with, or what sperm she's picked up over the time she's been with the breeder, then I'll see. That's gonna really make my decisions once I see what comes out. So she's not going to be long. I reckon about a week and a half to 2 weeks we should see some fry off her, and I'll keep her in here, depending on who drops first. We'll just see what we get. So, but I do like her. Now the next one, if you have a look, I'm going to try and keep tracking her. So it's this one that's got a slightly blue hue on the tail. Let her come around here. Must be quite intimidating actually for this tank. I'd never really thought about it, but if you just look to the right, we've got Flip Flop, who's my Oscar, with a few of her friends in that big tank, and they're constantly looking down on this little breeder tank. So that might be quite unnerving for little fish. So she doesn't want to come to the front, but I'll tell you a little bit about her. So when I was at the breeders, I did see her, and she doesn't look the healthiest. She does look like a bit of a runt. She's quite skinny, but she comes up very, very black. In some lights, she's very black. So I thought I'd give her a go. He sold her to me for quite a cheap price, really, for a Moscow. So, and he did say himself he felt she was a bit of a runt, but of all the fish in that tank, she was the darkest. So she's the one right at the back now, and she's coming forward now. So it's this skinny one here on the top. I'll keep focusing on her. She's at the back now. So in this light, you might just be able to pick up some of that blue. And again, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know how Moscow she is. But I think if we watch her, and again, she's pre-hit, although here we go. She's right in front of us now. So now you can get a good look. She's got a nice tail, almost a spade tail, I suppose. It's not round like the others, and she's got a nice dorsal, although it's not long. So I'm gonna give her a go, see what we think, and whether it works. It's going to depend on whether her babies have got any good colour in them. So last but not least in this tank, this little bent back lady. This is the sister, as I said, of the one that we lost this week. She's fairly robust and fairly healthy. Fins are good. My only issue with this old lady, and I'm pretty sure she is old, is the bent back, and that seems to have been bending more and more as time's gone on. Now she's given me a nice set of fish. I've got no complaints with the fry that she's given me. She's got a lovely dorsal, although it's not the longest, but she is dark, and I like that about her. So her tail, her peduncle and caudal fin are the darkest that I've got, I think. So I'm hoping to see that in the females that she's given me already. And some of them are at an age now where I can start to see that coming in. I'm just going to zoom in and see if we can get a close up. What I'm hoping to do this week, if all goes to plan, is to get some video of her giving birth. I mean, she's not far off now, and hopefully all of the dosing that I've been doing in this tank hasn't affected her too much, and hopefully, she can give me one more drop. I don't really want many more off her because I don't know the lineage of what's coming out. So I want to put a male. The best male I'm gonna use is gonna be used to sort of like go together with quite a few of these females in here. She's hiding from me now. I can't get her for you now because she's going right to that. There she is. She's digging in the plants. So as you can tell, and I've said it a few times, I don't use bare bottom tanks for the most part. What I do is I vac twice a week, sometimes more with the fry, and I water change more than regularly, so I never have parameter problems, or at least I've not had problems yet. And this tank, as I say, this has had some issues, some fish in it with issues, especially the lady we lost. So you can see a couple of random fry that have just escaped in there. That is I should have really put this one to the cull tank, but I don't know why. I'm not very good as a breeder because I hate culling fish. I've got a cull tank that's not a kill tank, so I just put fish in there that I'm not going to use. She's hiding now, so I'm wondering whether we're going to see babies tonight. Quite often when I do a water change, I make the water a tiny bit hotter than what came out, and that usually triggers giving birth. So with having this many females in here, I think I might lose a few of the fry, but then I've got so many now that I'm not massively bothered about what how many fry survive, because I've got that. Every female that I've got, I'm getting at least 1 or 2 lines off, and that's it. I don't worry about it then. I don't want to be using other people's fish in the breeding program beyond, but basically get one drop out of them, and then mate them together, and then whatever comes out from that, then that would be the fish that I'd start in the line. She's hiding from me now. She just doesn't want to come out. She's down there. Let's pull back and show you the whole tank now. So that's my this is my, I don't know, 6th, 7th, 8th tank. I don't know. I'll have to actually go and I'm Jet lately. I end up sometimes with a lot more tanks than I need, and sometimes I just keep them running with cycled sponges. I've turned the sponges off here, by the way. I've turned the air filters off. I keep 2 in this tank, so it's really well cycled, and it means I've always got spares. These are always, cycled and ready to go for other tanks. So I generally do that with quite a few of the tanks. I've got 2s in them, so I can swap them out. But So that's my female tank. I've got a lot more females than that, and if you look below it here, there's this tank that's it's a little bit dirty there on the left, and there's some shrimp running around. But these are the other new ones that I bought this week. So this is 2 more females in here, a couple of albino cories there in the background. Female there hiding away, you won't be able to see her very well. So these look like, you can see the males. These are 2 classed as full blacks. Well, that's what the breeder calls them, with really nice young females that go with them. Almost shark tails actually, and I quite like that. I haven't really thought about that too much. So this tank, we'll have a look at this tank properly once it's due its water change actually, and I definitely need to vac that bottom now. But if you just look at those males, they've got some potential. So again, we'll have a once we can. They've only been in here a few days, so I don't really want to do much with them. I don't want to pull them out. But again, quite healthy. They're in quarantine really at the moment, so there's nothing else in there. It's quite a big tank for just those, as you can see if I pull out. But it's fine. It's doing its job. It's isolating them for me. So and there you go. So that's this room's got a few females there, and those 3 females that I just showed you there.